systems. Today we're going to be looking at German volume training. So what is German volume training? Well, German volume training was most definitely popularized by Canadian strength coach Charles Poliquin, and he would use German volume training with the different athletes and weightlifters that he would work with, and he would prescribe German volume training to them during their off season to help them build as much muscle mass as possible. Charles, among many other recognized strength coaches around the world, have advocated for how effective German volume training is when it comes to building muscle mass and burning fat. So throughout this article, we're going to look at how to program for German volume training. We're going to look at what a German volume training program actually consists of, and then we're going to look at some training recommendations at the very end of the article. So how do we program for German volume training? Well, first of all, we need to understand the layout of the weekly structure. So each program should consist of 3 workouts per week with 1 rest day in between each training day. So for example, on a Monday, we can train, and on a Tuesday, we take a rest day. On a Wednesday, we train again. On a Thursday, we take a rest day. And Friday, we train again. So we have a rest day between each training day. So each workout should contain a main superset with 2 exercises, 1 push, 1 pull. And the main superset should be performed for 10 repetitions and 10 sets. So the superset will keep the total work time down while allowing for a high volume within the workout. And then accessory work can be performed at the end of that workout. It is important to note that when utilizing German volume training, we should try and aim to have as many compound lifts in our program as possible. So going for or choosing exercises like bench press, squat, rows is always going to be more beneficial to the program itself. When it comes to the training level or training age of the individual performing the training system, with regards to German volume training, you definitely need to be an intermediate or advanced, have an advanced training age, just due to how much training volume is equated with German volume training. So this type of training is most definitely not for a beginner or novice training age. So next, let's look at the training program itself. So day 1 is chest and back, where we would superset barbell bench press and barbell bent over row, so 2 compound lifts. We would perform 10 sets of both exercises and 10 reps. At the end, then, our accessory work would be something like a incline chest fly, superset it with a lat pull down, where we would perform 3 sets of 10 repetitions. So as you can see, a lot of volume throughout that push-pull upper body day. Day 2 is our rest. Day 3, we perform legs and abs, and that would consist of barbell back squat, superset it with a lying leg curl. We will perform 10 sets of 10 reps for both exercises, and then the accessory work at the end can be a calf raise and a hanging leg raise, where we would do 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Day 4 is our rest day, and day 5, the final day in the program, we would superset close grip bench press and barbell curls, where we would perform 10 sets, 10 repetitions of each exercise, and the accessory work at the end then can be our dumbbell lateral raise, superset it with our reverse dumbbell flies, where we would perform 3 sets of 10 repetitions. In this article that I'm showing you, we've also put in a link to a video where German volume training is further explained, so you can click that. Some of the training recommendations we have when it comes to German volume training is that it should only be performed for 4 to 6 weeks at a max, because there is so much volume. We have a tendency to burn out after that 4 to 6 week mark. So that is the first recommendation. The second recommendation when it comes to German volume training is, due to the intense nature of German volume training, It should be performed with a rest day in between each training day, as we highlighted above. Recommendation number 3, a German volume training program should consist of 4 exercises, both performed with supersets. The first superset should be 10 by 10, and it needs to be a compound lift like a bench or a squat. And the second superset should be 3 by 10 and can be an isolation type exercise targeting weaker muscle groups. Recommendation number 4, when prescribing load or weight lifted, try to prescribe a weight that can be performed for 10 reps and 10 sets. So what we mean by this is you want to pick a weight where you're not having to drop weight or increase weight because the weight is too light or too heavy. You want to pick a weight where you can perform 10 repetitions and 10 sets of that weight consistently throughout the program. So this usually comes in at around 55 to 60% of the individual's 1RM. Recommendation number 5 is try to increase the load lifted each week by 2%. So on our leg day, if we are lifting 100 kilos for our back squat, this day next week when we come in to perform that session, we want to try and aim to lift 102 kilos in our back squat. So a 2% increase on total load lifted every single week. And then the final recommendation, which is number 6, is that during each set, you want to rest for somewhere between 60 to 90 seconds, okay? And during the individual supersets, okay, so when you're going from your push to your pull exercise, you want to rest for no more than 10 to 15 seconds, which should be just enough time for you to get from the push exercise to the pull exercise, okay? So this article is an article taken from our website, apeccourses.com, and I will leave a link underneath this video so that you can go back and have a read through the article yourself. Until next time, thanks.